Alright, so hi everyone, a very good morning to all of you and welcome back once again to another class of government schemes. In today's class, we are going to cover two very important schemes from the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. These are Pradhan Mantri Ajay and SAGE. Pradhan Mantri Ajay stands for Pradhan Mantri Anusuchit Jati Abhyuday Yojana and SAGE stands for Senior Care Aging Growth Engine. Both of these schemes, my dear friends, are really very important. So before we begin, you need to give me a thumbs up if everything is fine. If you can see me properly and can hear me properly, then I'll quickly start the class. Good morning, Mahesh. And good morning, everyone. Please give me a thumbs up if everything is fine. If you can see me properly and can hear me properly. ठीक है, चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं विद द सेशन एंड लेट्स टॉक फर्स्ट अबाउट द प्रधानमंत्री अनुसूचित जाति अभ्युदय योजना. ठीक है, प्रधानमंत्री अनुसूचित जाति अभ्युदय योजना. सो एज द नेम सेज अनुसूचित जाति, which means one thing is clear that this scheme is for the SC communities, right? That this scheme is for the SC community. एक बात तो क्लियर हो जाती है, ठीक है. और अभ्युदय का मतलब होता है वेलफेयर. व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ Abhyuday? It means welfare. Now, how the welfare of SC communities can be ensured? Right, by reducing poverty, by providing them enough employment opportunities, by skill development, by providing them income generating schemes, by improving their socio-economic status. Right, all of these interventions are being taken under PM Ajay to for welfare of the SC communities. Right, so the objective is to uplift SC communities by reducing poverty, generating employment opportunities through skill development, income generating schemes and improving socio-economic indicators in SC dominated villages. Right, this scheme is focused on SC dominated villages, ऐसे villages जहाँ पे SCs का domination है. Right, the scheme was launched in 21-22 financial year 21-22 by the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. All right, चलिए. Now there are three components. There are three components of this particular scheme, and these components are being implemented to achieve the objectives of this particular scheme. First component is Adarsh Gram component. Adarsh Gram component, my dear friend, is focused on the development of villages which have more than 40% SC population and a total population greater than or equal to 500. यानी कि आदर्श ग्राम component is being implemented in those villages which have more than 40% of the SC population, right, out of the total, and a total population greater than equal to 500. तभी वहां पे ये implement होगा. Now this component focuses on the development of villages having such and such conditions, right, into model villages, or you can also call them as आदर्श ग्राम. नाउ आदर्श ग्राम को अगर हम समझने की कोशिश करें, व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ आदर्श ग्राम, तो माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, आदर्श ग्राम का मतलब क्या होगा? आइडियल विलेज. एंड व्हाट इज एन आइडियल विलेज? आइडियल विलेज इज दैट व्हिच हैज all the required amenities, all the required infrastructure, right? So the goal is to ensure integrated development by providing adequate infrastructure like roads, drinking water, sanitation, electricity, housing and clean fuel, right? And the scheme tracks improvements. This component tracks improvements in 10 domains including health, education, rural roads, financial inclusion, livelihood development, etc. You need not remember all the 10 domains. That is not required for your exam. Just remember, through the Adarsh Gram component, the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment intends to convert the SC dominated villages into the model villages or Adarsh Gram, where all the basic facilities or amenities are available. The second component, my dear friends, is the grant in aid for district or state level projects. So there are certain district or state level projects for the welfare of SC communities. For that, for those projects, grants in aid are being provided under PM Ajay. Now this component is aimed at socio-economic betterment, right? Under this component, grants are being offered for comprehensive livelihood projects. So if there is any livelihood project of the state government or of the district administration, then for that project, grants are being provided. Right, now these projects must include skill development, infrastructure development and asset creation for SC beneficiary. इनमें से कुछ ना कुछ एक होना चाहिए. Either they are doing skill development, either the state government or the district administration is providing the skill development courses, or they are developing infrastructure, or they are creating certain assets for welfare of the SCs. Right, the grants can be used for the projects that combine all of these, and up to rupees 50,000 or 50% of the asset cost, whichever is less, shall be provided. What is the amount of grant? 50,000 or 50% of the asset cost. 50% of the asset cost, whichever is less, इन दोनों में से जो कम होगा वो दिया जाएगा. Right. Now up to 15% of the total grants will be provided for the income generating schemes for SC women, which means this scheme is equally focusing on the women empowerment as well. 30% of the fund, 30% of the grant is used for infrastructure development, and at least 10% of the grants are allocated for the skill development. तो तीन component थे, income generating हो गया, इनकम जनरेटिंग स्कीम फॉर वुमेन, इसके लिए कम से कम 15% ग्रांट जाएगा. राइट, फिर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के लिए कम से कम 30% ग्रांट जाएगा, और स्किल डेवलपमेंट के लिए कम से कम 10% ग्रांट जाएगा. राइट, तो ये ध्यान रखेंगे, इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. Now the next component, the third component, the last component is the hostel construction for SC students. Now for if we want to ensure the proper welfare of the SC students, of course we need to focus on the quality education. Now these hostels are being constructed to provide residential facilities for SC students, so that we can provide so that the ministry can provide quality education to the SC students. Right, now this scheme covers hostels in high ranking educational institutions as per the NIRF ranking as well as the residential schools. Now ये जो hostels हैं ये कहाँ पे बनाए जाते हैं? ऐसे institutions में जो कि NIRF ranking में high rank पे है, और साथ ही साथ residential schools में. ठीक है. Now what is the cost of construction of the hostels? 3.5 lakh per inmate for northeastern regions, 3.25 lakh for northern Himalayan regions, and 3 lakh for the normal areas, Gangetic Plains and lower Himalayan regions. Alright, so these are the three components of the scheme, my dear friends, and that is all about the scheme. Now let's talk about what are the expected outcomes. क्या expected outcomes है? देखो, जितना मैं आपको schemes में पढ़ा रहा हूँ उससे ज़्यादा आपको पढ़ने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, चाहे आप किसी भी एग्जाम के लिए प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हो. The depth, I know up to which depth the examiner can go in both NABARD and RBI एग्जाम. और NABARD और RBI के लेवल का अगर आपने स्कीम कर लिया, सो यू विल बी एबल टू टैकल ऑल द गवर्नमेंट एग्जामिनेशंस. ठीक है, बिकॉज इसके अलावा गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स यूपीएससी में आएंगी, तो यूपीएससी में तो इससे भी कम पूछा जाता है. राइट, और स्टेट पीएससी में आएंगी, वहां पे भी इससे भी कम पूछा जाता है. सो बेसिकली यू कैन जस्ट focus on whatever I am teaching you. The PDFs are all regularly being provided on my Telegram channel. I will give you the link at the end of the video. Okay. What are the expected outcomes? Of course, it will lead to reduction in poverty, right? Because we are creating income generating activities. We are creating the livelihood opportunities for the SCs. Then improved literacy rates when we are constructing hostel for the SC students, so that they can pursue high quality education. Of course, it will definitely improve the literacy rates. And gender equality, हमने देखा था कि जो second component था, under which the grants in aid are being provided for the state or district level projects, 15% of the grants are reserved for the income generating activities for women, which means the scheme is promoting gender equality. All right, that's all for this particular scheme. Now let's talk about SAGE, that is Senior Care Aging Growth Engine. Senior Care Aging Growth Engine. Now senior care, which means one thing is clear, that this scheme is for senior citizens. Right? One thing is clear, that this scheme is definitely for senior citizens, my dear friends. And growth engine, which means growth किनको चाहिए होता है? स्टार्टअप्स को चाहिए होता है, कंपनीज को चाहिए होता है. तो स्टार्टअप एक वर्ड याद रखना, ग्रोथ से कनेक्ट करके. ठीक है, नाउ दैट इज द ऑब्जेक्टिव. So this scheme promotes those startups which are creating or which are promoting innovative products and services for senior citizens. ऐसे startups जो कि senior citizens के लिए innovative products या फिर services create कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, उनकी लाइफ को आसान करने के लिए, senior citizens की लाइफ को आसान करने के लिए ऐसे startups जो कि innovative products या services बना रहे हैं, उनको प्रमोट करता है ये स्कीम, जिसका नाम है SAGE, that is Senior Care Aging Growth Engine. Clear है? It was launched in the year 2021 again by the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. ठीक है, आगे चलते हैं. Yeah, what is the eligibility criteria? So all the startups which are working on elderly care solutions in health, housing, finance, legal support, food and technology. These are the 5-6 areas which are promoted by the SAGE scheme. The companies that offer innovative and out of the box solution for senior citizens, and in all the cases, the government stake in that particular startup should not exceed 49% of the firm's total equity. अब तुम सोच रहे होगे हम तो स्टार्टअप की बात कर रहे थे, अब यहाँ पे गवर्नमेंट कहाँ से आ गई अचानक से? अब देखो इसमें क्या है कि जब इसमें सरकार क्या करेगी, ग्रांट देगी स्टार्टअप्स को. द गवर्नमेंट विल प्रोवाइड ग्रांट्स टू द स्टार्टअप्स फॉर for these innovative products and services. Now in return of these grants, the government will take equity. Now this equity is that only. ठीक है, कि जो गवर्नमेंट इक्विटी है वो 49% से ज्यादा नहीं होनी चाहिए, वरना तो वो सरकारी कंपनी हो जाएगी. ठीक है, आई होप इट इज क्लियर. इफ यस प्लीज गिव मी अ थम्स अप माय डियर फ्रेंड्स. चलिए, now what are the key features? There is a one stop portal for elderly care. There is a portal which is called as Sage portal, and this portal provides a single platform for elderly citizens to access the elderly care products and services. Whatever elderly care products and services are being prepared by these startups, all of these products and services are available on the Sage portal, and through that all the senior citizens can access these products, right? Up to 1 crore of one time equity support is granted to selected startups. So as I told you, the government is providing grant, and for that the government is taking the equity. वन टाइम इक्विटी सपोर्ट है. इक्विटी सपोर्ट का मतलब सरकार बदले में इक्विटी लेगी. द इन्वेस्टमेंट विल बी प्रोवाइडेड बाय IFCI वेंचर कैपिटल फंड्स लिमिटेड while ensuring the government stake does not exceed 49%. IFCI वेंचर कैपिटल फंड लिमिटेड है जो कि which is an NBFC, and this NBFC is providing the investment of this up to 1 crore to the startups under this particular scheme, right? This scheme promotes the silver economy, which means the senior citizen economy. ठीक है, सीनियर सिटीजन इकोनॉमी को हम क्या बोलते हैं? सिल्वर इकोनॉमी बोलते हैं. तो 100 crore rupees has been allocated to support initiatives promoting elderly care businesses, and the silver economy is aimed at leveraging the purchasing power of senior citizens and providing solutions for their needs. ठीक है, जो सीनियर सिटीजन है उनकी परचेजिंग पावर को बढ़ाया जाएगा. ओनली देन इट विल गिव अ बूस्ट टू द सिल्वर इकोनॉमी, राइट? Obviously it encourages the entrepreneurs. I will not talk about it. And these are the 5 areas where which are being covered under SAGE. First of all, healthcare, development of medical devices, elderly friendly diagnostic services, telemedicine solution, housing, senior living solutions and home modification support, legal and financial assistance, food and nutrition technology. All of these are the 5 areas. They can also ask you question from this, which are the 5 areas which are covered under the SAGE scheme. ठीक है, तो बस ये बिल्कुल छोटी सी स्कीम थी सेज. आई होप इट इज क्लियर. नाउ these are the two major important outcomes of this scheme. First of all, it is empowering the senior citizens by providing innovative solutions for enhancing their quality of life, and it is obviously giving a boost to the startups in elderly care sector and overall giving a boost to the economy. And जब startups को boost मिल रहा है तो of course the startups are creating the employment opportunities, right? All right, my dear friends, that's it for these two schemes. I hope both the schemes are clear. If yes, please give me a thumbs up. Now, if you want to have the PDF, just scan this QR code, join the Telegram channel, and get the PDF. There is only one way to get the PDF, and that is to scan this QR code. Okay? And yeah, monsoon selection sale, my dear friend, is going on. Generally, I do not promote the sale and all these things, but this time it is a good amount of that they are offering, the company is offering. You can just use the code Manish, MANISH, to get the maximum discounts. 5499 में 8 months का subscription है RBI grade B का, and it is a subscription based model where you are going to get all the access to all the batches. ठीक है, चलिए. Now if you have any doubts you can ask me, otherwise give me a thumbs up. कोई डाउट्स है तो बताइए, otherwise give me a thumbs up, my dear friends. चलिए, I think there are no doubts, so let's wind it up. I'll see you in the next class on Friday. Till then, keep studying and keep studying hard. Goodbye, take care, and God bless.